Hi, my name is Farhad and thank you for watching this video, because if you are watching this video, then chances are we've had a chat and I've sent you to this video to help you get a little bit more clarity on why you want to get fit and healthy. Now, one of the things that is really important to me with my fitness career as a coach and a personal trainer is to help a client get results. And one of the most important elements of helping a client get results, if I'm being honest with you, is if a client puts value to the process of personal training, value in their fitness, and has fitness and the whole process of training and getting healthy as a high priority in their life. So let me give you an example. If you ever know somebody that is in great shape, you can see it on their physical body, you can see it in the amount of energy they have, you can see it just how they live. These people have rituals and habits, if you examine them, will have rituals and habits that are conducive to the results that you see on their physical body. They will eat a certain way, they will exercise regularly, they will have a regimen for that, they will avoid certain circumstances, they may sacrifice social events because they don't want to be put in front of food that would compromise the results that they're looking at. That's not to say that they don't enjoy their life and they don't indulge from time to time, but they're not always binging or going out to eat. These people have got, as Tony Robbins calls it, they have a standard for themselves, and that is why they have those habits and those rituals, because of the standards they have set themselves. And that is because fitness and health and well-being is quite high up on their priority list. Now, when we talk about priorities, chances are, if you are watching this, that fitness might not be one of the highest priorities. It might not be a top 3 priority for you. And we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to help you understand not only how to make fitness a priority for you, but also why fitness is important for you. So let's just discuss priorities for a moment. And in my opinion, there are only 5 real key priorities in life. Everything else goes before these 5. Number 1 priority is health and well-being. Your health, your well-being, your physical body, your mental health, your energy, your ability to do the things that you love with more passion, more power, more energy, to live longer. That is a high priority value in my list. Number 2 priority, this is your family and your relationships, your relationship with your children, with your spouse, with your family, with your parents, with your siblings, with your friends, with your community, with your clients, with your mistress. No, okay, I'm just joking about that last one. But seriously, your relationships are a very high priority area in your life, and I can understand that is why some people put that as number 1. Number 3, the next priority is your business or your career and finances, your wealth, in other words. A lot of people put that as their number 1 priority, and you can see that. You can see that they are producing material things, they are producing businesses or things that are value to a lot of people and are providing services or goods to people, and that's a huge value for them. That's a huge purpose and priority for them, and that's great. Okay? Number 4 is usually something like spirituality, religion, or contribution. Again, this could be number 1 for many people, and I'm not saying that this list is in any particular order. It's just what I've decided to put in my head. But for some people, spirituality, religion, I'm not saying you have to be religious and spiritual, but that could be the big thing for you. That could be one of the biggest top priorities for you. It could be contribution, comes under that category, so charity, etc. If that is what makes you tick and that's your priority for you. And again, I'm not saying that you have to be religious in order to be charitable. You can be an atheist and be quite charitable and even quite spiritual as well. But that could be a priority for you. And really the 5th priority, and it's still an important one, but it sometimes goes in and out of that, is your own personal growth. Personal development, and I think that can tie in with your fitness as well, and your well-being, because that is part of personal growth as well. So those are the 5 key areas that people put as their top priorities in life. So your top 3 priorities might be one of those 5. There might be other priorities that are quite high in your life, but they don't fit that because they're just transient priorities. Or they could be something that you think is a high priority that might not really be a high priority. For example, Going to the cinema regularly might be a high priority for you because you like to watch the latest films, or buying the latest clothes and buying the latest fashion items might be a high priority for you. But it's not going to, it's not going to be a general high priority thing for most people. Now, when we're talking about high priority things, we've also set the value on those things as well. So, for example, if you speak to somebody that's into health and wellness, they will put high value in not only their training, and they will schedule that, but they will also put high value into the things that surround it. So, for example, if you ask somebody that's really into their fitness how much they spend a week on food and on supplements and on gym memberships, etc., that might be quite high, and you might not have that as a high value thing in your life, and you might not understand why people spend so much money on supplements, on food, etc. But ask that person to spend a lot of money on the latest, jeans from CK or from Boss or wherever. Unless they're really into fashion, they will compromise spending money on one area to put that money on a higher value area. So when these things are high value and high priority for you, you attach more value to them, you're willing to invest more of your time, energy, and money into it. Thus, you'll be able to get better results in it. And this is what I want for you. I want for you to be able to be in a position where you ascribe a lot of value to your health and your fitness so that you do get the results you're looking for. Because I'm going to be honest with you, most people that say they want it, they don't want it bad enough, they don't get the results even if they invest in the coaching with a personal trainer, because they don't value the journey, they don't put the effort in, and they don't put the investment in of their time, energy, and money after they've invested in a personal trainer. They don't see results, they end up frustrated, they blame the industry, they blame the personal trainer, they blame themselves, whoever they blame, it didn't work for them, and they feel dejected and demoralized. And we don't want that for you. So how do you make fitness a top 3 priority? Well, let's forget about the thought of replacing a priority. So you might have your kids and your family as your number 1 priority. Your business might be a big priority for you, and your spiritual life might be a big priority for you. I'm not asking you to take anything away from those things to fit fitness in, but what I am going to suggest to you, and I'm going to give you some homework now, is I want you to think, how would your life be in those top 3 priorities? So list them down. List down your top 3 priorities in life. How would your life be if you had ill health, if you had very low energy, if you were always in pain, if you had really low self-esteem, if your confidence was shot, if you just felt like you just couldn't get out of bed, you were demotivated, you were constantly stressed, you felt really sluggish, you were ill, you lived a shorter life than you could have. How would your life and how would those priorities be affected by that ill health and ill fitness? More importantly, how would they benefit? Like, how would your business, how would your family and relationships, how would your spiritual life, how would your own personal development benefit if you had more energy, more confidence, more self-esteem? You were able to give more and do more and move more freely and live longer. These things are just so crucial to your high priority values. So you don't have to replace fitness with your business or fitness as opposed to your kids, but you have to understand that this will just enhance those areas of your life if you apply the strategies that we share with you to your health and your wellness, and then you create the results. So when we think about the fitness element, in line with what you're doing and what you want to create, it's going to benefit you. But let me ask you another question, and I want you to do as part of your homework. I want you to think now, where in your list of priorities fitness is. Like, list down all the different priorities you have in your life, and where in that list is fitness. What can you do to start swapping the things that aren't as important as your fitness up higher up the pecking order? Again, think about it in relation to the goals that you have in your life and the values that you have in your life and how it will enhance those values. See, somebody that has fitness as a high value, even if it might not be in the top 3, would literally make an appointment with themselves to make sure that they get their workouts in, just as though they were creating an appointment with their bank manager or with their accountant 2 to 3 times a week. It is that important. So you have to look at it from a point of view of value and what it's going to provide for you. And if you understand the value fitness will provide you, you're more likely for it to be a higher priority in your life and provide you with more value to the other things that you want to achieve in your life that are your higher priorities. So what I'd like you to really do today after listening to me is get a piece of paper. And like I said, I want you to list down your top 3 priorities in your life. I want you to list down on that list where fitness lies. I want you to then really, really think how your life would be in your highest value priorities, in your top priorities, if you had really ill health, you had disease, you couldn't live as long as you could. I mean, let's be honest now. If you have higher priorities in fitness, which is great, okay? In those priorities, whether it's your finances or your business, your relationships, certainly your relationships with other people, with your spirituality, with your contribution, if you didn't live as long as you could potentially live, you're going to do a lot of injustice to the people that depend on you. Now, I'm not saying you're guaranteed to live longer if you're fitter, but you're certainly more likely to, okay? So just think about it from that point of view. And if that doesn't motivate you to make your fitness a higher priority in your life, then I'm not sure what can. Once you've done that, think about how you can now link fitness to those goals. For example, like I said, with setting an appointment for yourself, that could link to business. Because in business you have appointments, you have a diary. You can put in your diary, see a personal trainer 2-3 times a week, or go to the gym 2-3 times a week. With your family, make it a family thing. I mean, imagine giving your family the gift of fitness. Like, how would it benefit your partner, your loved ones, your parents? How would it make you feel if your parents had more energy, had less disease when they're older, and could live longer? How would it make you feel if your children could do the same? So these things can be added on top of the current priorities. So that is really what I wanted to talk to you today about. I wanted to talk to you about priorities and why fitness is going to help you in your life. Now, if after this you have no interest in finding out anymore, that's fine. But I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. I mean, I'm quite an upfront person. You probably understand that by now, by me sharing this video with you. I will have shared this video with quite a few people. And I'm guaranteeing you right now that 95% of the people didn't watch the video. So if you're watching this right now, you are a very small percentage of people. But even people watching this right now, that very small percent, won't do the task I've just set them. And very few people that would do the task. These are the ones that will get the results. These are the ones that will do what it takes to understand what I just spoke about, give me a call on the phone and say, listen, right, Fahad, now I am ready. Now I am serious to move forward. Let's talk. Be one of those people. Please, please, please don't be one of the people that neglects, because I'm going to leave you with something that was a game changer for me. Okay? Mental health is a huge thing in the world right now. And a lot of people feel low, a lot of people feel depressed, a lot of people feel, like they're robbing themselves of potential, and then they feel anxiety. And one of the quickest ways for you to feel that anxiety is for you to know that you want to do something. You know roughly how to do that thing as well, but for some reason you don't do it. When you do that, when you know you have to do something and you don't do it, even though you know what it is you need to do, you inject in your mind weakness. You inject in your mind doubt. You inject in your mind that feeling that you're not good enough. Okay? And when you do that, you're just going to perpetuate ill mental health. And I don't want that for you. And I'm being, like I said, I'm being brutally honest with you. And I want to help those who want to be helped move forward. So please do what I told you to do. I hope you got loads of value from this video. If you need any more support or any more help, or you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. I look forward to hearing from you soon, but more importantly, I look forward to helping you achieve your goals.